Hello, welcome to Lunch with Lee. Today we're talking dryer vents because it's Thursday, and today is my dryer vent is leaking, or how can a dryer vent leak? And this is an interesting one because it can leak in lots of different ways. The number one way is if it goes through your roof or through the side of the house, is there's something wrong with that's allowing water to come in. It usually shows up in your attic or in your walls or something like that, and that does exist. It's not as common as chimneys, but it does exist where it can even be you have to recaulk those every so often, depending on the type. And if you don't caulk it, like the caulking wears off, it can leak. Some of them are reliant upon caulking. So that's one possible leak. The next one is the leak that's tricky, which is a dryer dries moisture out of clothes. So the exhaust that goes through the dryer vent is humid and hot. If for some reason there's a clog or it's too long or that dryer vent is exposed to cold weather, you can get condensation. And if that vent does not slope towards the outside, it will sort of fill up with water. And if you have little bellies where it gets low and then high, that area will start to leak if that's a joint, and you will see sheetrock spots. And it's always a weird leak because a lot of times it's in the first floor, but there's multiple levels above it. Also, it doesn't leak when it rains. It leaks at weird times. And the answer is it leaks on laundry days. When you have all that air, humid air going through and there's condensation, suddenly it will start leaking. And it's not raining outside and you're not using your bathtub and you're trying to figure out all that stuff. But dryer vents can have condensation in them and they can leak. And it's a simple solution to that, which is shorter and straighter. Some people will literally seal up the vent, trying to keep the water on the inside of the vent. And you're just literally trapping water in the vent. The answer is if the air, that hot, humid air can get to the outside quickly and easily and without cooling off, all that humidity goes to the outside. You don't get condensation inside the vent lines. So if you have that issue, quite often it's a design flaw within or it can even be dirty, like needs to be cleaned out because the lint itself is absorbing that moisture and it's causing the airflow not to be correct. So those are the basic two ways for it to leak: outside rain, and it's quite obvious because it only leaks when it rains, or it's condensation inside the venting system. I've even seen it where the connector that goes from your dryer to the wall, because of the amount of turns and it's got crushes and everything else, that it's in air conditioning and it cools off and it condenses and that fills with water. So all these are design flaws that can be fixed. So give us a call. We can look at your system. If you're not sure how your system runs, give us a call. We can come out. We can figure out what's going on, if it needs to be cleaned. If just sometimes just the termination on the outside fills with lint, it's got screens, which it's not supposed to have, that clog and cause condensation and back where the airflow can't get to the outside. We can fix that stuff. Give us a call and share this, like it. Please, let's help as many people as possible. It's not about just making money, but it's about getting out, helping people with their dryer vents or chimneys or whatever we're helping with. But share it, please. It helps us. It helps the customers. It helps everybody because everybody wins. So thank you, and we will see you next time.